Today, we are going to talk about 5 mistakes even high-level players make inside of this game. By the end of this video, you are going to learn what you should be doing instead of making these basic errors that are even happening at the highest level. Before we get into that, I do have to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code, COJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. Alright, so let's talk about these mistakes that every player is making, because I will give you guys a little bit of a secret. I'm making these mistakes myself. The first mistake that I see players making too much in pugs, matchmaking games, league matches, is overbuying too much. You have to remember, guys, it's very simple, very basic tip, but at the end of the day, your team's economy matters more than your individual economy, right? So if you are forcing everyone and you're like, so what? You know, my teammates will be able to buy next round, so why does it matter? That is a bad mindset to have. Instead of buying that M4 and armor, instead maybe just buy armor and a P250 so that you can buy with your team and have rifles, nades to set up your teammates, right? Because at the end of the day, being able to have that flash next round to set up your teammates, not with horrible flashes like that, but having flash to set up your teammates, having utility to throw to smoke off choke points is going to be so important to helping them out. A lot of times I get frustrated and mad at my teammates because they're not holding their positions and doing things right, but at the end of the day, I'm forcing every round and not giving them a chance to actually be able to hold the sites, right? I know it feels good to force up every round, get MP9 armor and buy down to $0 and sit here and just try to get frags, but we have to remember the big picture, and there's a reason that when you're in a league match, you're not forcing like that versus when you're in a pug, you're just buying down every time. So keep your team's money up high, make sure you're dropping weapons for people, and you're buying on the same page all together. Now, the second mistake that I see players making way too much kind of is tied into this, and especially with offers out there, and I've talked about it a lot, is too many players are re-peaking. Now, there's a fine line, because at the end of the day, there is good and bad times to re-peak, right? So, you know, if you have long-range fights with the op, it's not bad to kind of re-peak, especially if we're like crouching into angles when we know we're facing riflers or pistols or SMGs, right? I'd say if you're ever facing an SMG, it's great to re-peak, right? You get that first shot and the SMGs are running up long, who cares? You know, Mac 10s, not scary. P90s, not scary at all, re-peak. But I see way too many players for no reason re-peaking and into uppers, into scouters, right? If there's a scout in pit, right, you're holding here, a lot of times it comes from missing shots too. He jumps into pit, we miss the shot, our ego is telling us re-peak him, re-peak. But guys, you gotta think about things from their perspective. What do they want you to do in this case? They have bought a scout on T side, bro. They want you to peek sight so that they can get that headshot. What happens if you play smart and decide, okay guys, can we take catwalk control instead? They're out long. You put your rifler up on cat, and now you can opt kind of like these angles, right? You can sit here and hold this cross, boom, get kills here, reposition, right? You shoot there, boom, we shoot here, and now, you know, we're even holding something like this now. We're playing passive and passive, we're falling back. Or if we're gonna re-peak, we have utility, right? At the end of the day, they are so screwed if they have to come all the way into sight here and try to fight these angles when you could be anywhere, right? You could be CT, you could be there, you could be up here. And I know they have smokes, I know they have utility, but at the end of the day, we have to be able to do this more. Now, the third thing that I see people not doing enough of is subscribing to this channel for more tips and tricks. JK, guys, the thing that I see people doing wrong, especially at a high level, it's so frustrating my level 10 pugs when I see this, and I am culprit to doing this as well, is literally trolling the comms by calling numbers wrong or not calling numbers at all. So, you know, what might happen is you might be a B player, right? I might be playing B, and I'm sitting here at the beginning of the round, you know, maybe I go to throw my utility in tunnels, and I see a smoke coming down here, or maybe a smoke coming in window, and one flash coming over, and I'm yelling to my team, guys, they're B, right? And, you know, I'll give you a POV from what my screen looks like. I'm like, guys, they're B, trust me, they're B site, they're B, they've got to be B. And it's literally just like one guy throwing utility, and then what happens is 4 guys run out long, and I screw my team over because I'm yelling, guys, B, it's B. It's so frustrating in pugs when I see players doing that, and like I said, I do it too sometimes, so I'm not too mad. But guys, call numbers, right? At the end of the day, call numbers, call what's going on around that. If you see the smoke, you say, guys, there's some util coming on B side here. You know, maybe if you take a fight into tons, you take a fight, you kill one guy, and you instantly tell your team, you instantly tell them, guys, that's it. There's just one guy. You know, careful. I always tell my teammates when I'm not sure if it's actually 5 guys running out or something, I'm always like, guys, careful, it's a fake. Careful, fake. Just because you see utility, just because you see a flash does not mean that it's the actual site. And it becomes really hard to tell, but that's where utility counting matters so much. So if I see, say, like a flash coming to fence here, like I see it thrown through there, and there's a flash coming over top at the same time, okay, I know there's at least 2 people coming out here, right? Throw in, like if I see a smoke or a nade coming out here, you know, you're able to tell kind of how many people are coming through. One of your best friends is going to be able to molly and listen. Footsteps are going to tell you everything. If you can play closer angles, they're behind the molly. Oh, they put out the molly. You know, one of the best things is when they put out the, okay, well, not like that. When they put out the molly and stuff, you're playing anti, they put out the molly and you sit here and do this. Be self-sufficient on your own, especially on Mirage B site. Be, you know, very clear with how many people are actually coming out, because it's the worst feeling in the world when you get that wrong. Now, what goes hand in hand is our 4th tip is, for you specifically, don't over rotate. Now with your teammates, you know, they're gonna have a tendency to overcall like numbers, you know, not understand like what's going on around the map. Be very sturdy and lock down your position always, and rotate when needed. Rotate when it's necessary. And my face cam is blocking the radar right now, but always rely on the radar. If you have a zoomed out radar, it's even better. I look for the little dots, and especially bomb. If we see bomb coming out B site, okay, now I can rotate. Maybe I don't have my knife out in case someone's catwalk, and I'm rotating to B site, getting ready for the retake, right? 1, don't over rotate with your knife out. I see way too many players knifing out here, just running, you know, without a care in the world, and then one T player is lurking here and gets the freest frag ever on you because you have your knife out, or someone lurks out long late. 2, like I said, look for bomb, look on the radar, do your thing. If you don't see bomb, be very hesitant, especially I'm opping. If I'm opping long and I don't see bomb coming out, I'm kind of shifting back, like I'm kind of walking back. You know, maybe I'll start to leave, and I'll just fall into a more passive position until I know it's actually going to be B, right? Like maybe I'll actually just follow the site for a second, sit here. Okay, is my teammate saying it's a fake? Oh, they said it's a fake? Okay, shoot, like I gotta get ready now. I gotta get ready, and then I play a different position, right? These are just some of the things you can do instead of knife out, rotating. Lock down your position, look at your radar, ask your teammates what's going on. Are they out B? Are they out B? Oh no, it's a fake. Okay, sweet. Now I know to be ready. It's a fake, guys. They're probably coming A, and they're gonna be so mad when you haven't moved. When you don't move, they're so angry. And it's just very, 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 very solid. So the 5th thing that I want you guys to do, and it can be very, very hard not to, is be the person to not throw. So many of my pugs I lose because I get so bored and I just start throwing. Guys, when you're in a 4v1 situation, don't be the guy that throws around because like you're trying to hunt the guy down for no reason and you're running at him. Boom, you die, and now all your teammates are on 1 HP or they're across the map. Like, dude, it sucks, guys. It sucks. But be the guy that babysits the bomb. Be the guy that in a 2v4 doesn't run at them. It sits on a site and, you know, plays hard to kill, right? Like, do these things that are so annoying. Instead of like running through tunnels, maybe sit back here with a smoke or something. And you know, maybe it's a 4v1 situation. He walks out of tunnels. Guys, he's B. The last guy's B. Play with me. And, you know, you're being hard to kill. You're doing these things. That's a kind of a bad example, but you know what I mean. Just don't throw, guys. Like, don't be the person that initiates the throw. It's the worst thing that you can do. So hopefully these tips helped you out today, guys. And doing these things are going to help you improve. It's some of the worst things that, worst mistakes I see myself making personally. So I know that everybody can improve from these because at the end of the day, it's something we all struggle from. Go ahead and watch me live on twitch.tv/CoJomoCS. Check out the 2 videos on your screen. You guys keep grinding, working hard. I'll catch you later. Peace.